Hey, everybody, welcome. Welcome to the show. Self-Indulgent Podcast, episode 361 today. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining us. No Andy T today, just me. So I brought my own brought my own drops. Brought my own drops.
BuzzFeed, which is a failing pile of garbage.
Welcome, everybody. I feel weird. I feel a weird energy right now. I got to get it out. Let's get it out of the show. I've been feeling it all morning. It's probably a little hungoverness. I didn't drink that bad yesterday. Still got that, like, weird headache. It's not like a bad headache. It's that pressure in your head. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, everybody? So I got to get in a good mood. So I brought more beer. It's like a half hangover. Right. It's like a baby hangover. It's like a, yeah, baby hangover. Whatever babies get when they get hungover. That's how I feel. It's like not bad. It's just kind of a nuisance. There's pressure on my head. So I'm hoping to relieve some of this pressure with some more Budweiser. Cracking some cold one with the boys. Welcome to the show, everybody. JRT is scheduled to call in about 20 minutes, or we're going to call him in about 20 minutes, so I want to get this thing started. If you don't know, if you haven't been subscribed to the bonus content section, last week we did a bonus show, and we played Josh Robert Thompson from Family Guy, and he was the skeleton robot bit on Craig Ferguson, the late show, the late night show, the midnight show, I don't know what they're called, but he is supposed to call in. So we played him melting down over some fucking, some prank calls last week, and we might have a beef here. He messaged me afterwards. He said, let's talk. Let's get on the air. And I was like, all right, let's do this. I don't know. Are we going to beef? Is this some plan to come on and destroy me? Am I about to be destroyed? Only time will tell. We got 20 minutes. We're going to call the man, Josh Robert Thompson. We're going to get him on the air here, and we'll see if I get destroyed, or maybe we'll be BFFs. We'll be good friends. There's no telling, okay? There's no telling. Maybe we'll make out. Maybe we'll bang after it. Maybe we'll have sex and make these noises. He's going to sue me for my tens of dollars. That might be true. Might be true. Well, what else do we have? We got Greg the Virgin's food review. We're going to do 2 shows today. We're going to do an hour and a half, then we're going to do another hour and a half bonus content section, which, if you're watching live, will be free. So if you like this show and you want to support it, selfindulgentpodcast.com. We do 2 shows a week. 1 show, free, every time. You can always watch all the shows live for free. Okay? So the first show a week goes into iTunes, into our free feed. Subscribe in iTunes. Give us good reviews. Please. We need them. All right, we appreciate those. The second one goes onto a premium feed. It's $6 a month. It goes into supporting the show. I've been able to buy some equipment, up the sound quality. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I really get off on listening to the episode. I download the episode onto my phone now just to see how it sounds, and I'm into it. That's what I don't even care about content. I'm just gonna come on here and hum. Man, that sounds good. Man, that compressor's working beautifully. That's what I like to hear. Okay? So anyway, I like the new equipment. So anyway, it goes into the show. It helps us, it helps the show out. So it's $6 a month. You get your first week free, and you get access to 8 years of content. 300 plus episodes. Okay? 300 plus episodes, plus the bonus show every week. $6 a month. That's 20 cents a day. Okay, who's too poor to afford 20 cents a day? You should be ashamed if you're not paying me 20 cents a day. All right? Freddie, you get a pass because you don't make money. So you guys can support the show 20 cents a day if you like. It helps us out. It's all right if you're too poor. Don't talk to me, though. I don't like being spoken to by poor folks, okay? I shoot them. I punch them. I blow them up, okay? That's what I do to the poor. That is what I do to the poor. That's what the government should be doing. Destroying the poor. I used to be really poor. I'm not rich. I'm not wealthy, but I'm not poor anymore. So I'm better than you guys, okay? blowing you poor up. I used to be in the poorhouse, and I was like, you know what? I got to get out of here. Murder everybody. Thanks for listening, everybody. Let's see here. We got Greg the Virgin's new food review. We got JRT calling in. We still got this segment I haven't touched yet called Straight Men Love Being Gay, but they're straight. Okay? That is the new trend in journalism, is to there's all these stories about straight dudes loving to be gay with their straight friends, doing gay stuff to help them get over tough times. You know, you got a friend, his grandpa dies, you better be gay with him. Go suck him. Go suck him off. So on a bonus show, if you missed it, you can only check it out at selfindulgentpodcast.com. All we did is we went to Google, right? All you do, type straight men into Google. Type it in. Every story, every single story on that front page, maybe one isn't. 99% of the stories on the front page, when you search straight men, it's like, straight men love making out with dudes to cheer them up. Your friend's going through a tough time, give them some makeout time. And then you'll click it, and then it jumps from making out into like, a lot of straight dudes just admit to having sex. So like the headline's just about making out. You click it, it's all about banging. It's just story after story flooding in. So I liked to read these to you guys. I want to do once a week. We'll try to get to one a week. Sometimes we don't get to them, but I do want to do those. We'll read that today. I went to the Emmys. I'll tell you about that. I sat 2 rows. I was about 6 feet away from my man, Bill Nye, the science guy. And if you know the show, you know there's history with Bill Nye, the lying guy. Okay? And holy shit, something happened at those Emmys. Something happened at those Emmys with Bill Nye that blew my fucking mind. It was nuts what happened. I'm going to tell you guys. Also, I want to talk to you about the Charisma Matrix. Have you guys heard of this? The Charisma Matrix? I keep getting these ads on my YouTube. Hey, do you want a deep voice? Do you know you get more respected when you have a deep voice? Talk to people and get your respect. Have men be intimidated by you. All these weird self-help guys, I don't like them. Okay? That's what we're going to talk about. Watch that. Has anyone in the chat seen that stuff? It's on YouTube. The deep voice guy. I'm going to teach you how to get a deep voice. Now, I'm going to show... I can't find the ad anywhere as a regular video to pull, but I found this dude's channel, and it's full of stuff like this, but the ad that pops up on my screen is amazing. Because he's like, I'm going to show you a little bit of me. It's an embarrassing video of myself in the past. I'm even ashamed to show it. And then it shows him like years ago, and his voice isn't as deep. He's like, hi, I'm just a guy trying to give you charisma tips. It's nuts. It's crazy things. Okay? So we got some of that. We got the comment section dumpster fire. That's where I just find amazing comment sections where of just horrible fights in the comment section. I love them. I get sucked in. So we'll go over some of these. I found one recently that really had me going. I'm getting messages from this guy, from Chad. I don't even know if he watches or listens to the show anymore. I'm getting weird messages from Chad. Okay, all of this will be covered in the next 3 hours. And I got tales from liberal land, as I like to call this. Liberal land. I got friends all through LA, and boy, I got some stories. So focus on the JRT beef first. Well, he's gonna call. We're gonna have him call in about 12 minutes, so we will get to JRT here. Should we try to call him early? We could try to call him early. Maybe. Let me take a sip here. Let me message him. Let's see if he's ready. Yo, I know I'm a bit early, but you ready for a call? For the call? We're going to see. We're going to find out right now if he's ready for this. Poor Greg the Virgin. He's going through some shit, too. I saw that on his Twitter. More lady problems with Greg the Virgin. Maybe we can talk to you. You know, do some therapy with Greg the Virgin. Okay, tell the story of JRT first. Tell the story. So what happened was some people last week prank called on Labor Day. They prank called Josh Robert Thompson. He's got here on Periscope. He's been around for a while. He's been doing his thing. And boy, did he flip out. He went nuts. Apparently, the first video, the prank call, has been taken off YouTube, I've been told. I haven't checked, but I've been told it's been taken off YouTube. But he threatened lawsuits. He threatened beating the shit out of this guy. And so last week, we laughed. We listened and we laughed. We enjoyed it. We loved a screaming man. Okay? Now, to be fair, I'd be pissed too if he's ready. Okay, we'll call him. I'd be pissed too if someone got my number was calling me. That said, I still love it laughing at a screaming man. Okay, it is very funny to hear a man threaten lawsuits and beating the shit out of people. It's very funny. And it's always worse when it happens on Labor Day. That's true. So, yeah, that's what's going on. Did you network at the Emmys? Oh, maybe. Hold on. All right, so let's see if I can get JRT here on the phone. Get me that. Yeah, it is. You know what? Labor Day is supposed to be a chill day. It's a good point. It's supposed to be a relaxing day where you get to hang out by the fire pit and cook some fucking hot dogs and shit. You're getting calls from these trolls. Excuse me, I got those Budweiser burps. We're going full white trash. I'm leaning into my white trash-itude today with the king of beers. Let's call JRT. Well, see if it comes through. Come on, work for me. Wait. See, okay, all right.
Yeah, who's this?
Is it Josh Robert Thompson?
Yeah, this is Josh Robert Thompson. How did you get this number?
This is an agent. We love what you do. We really do.
Oh, yeah. Let me explain something to you, okay? I know who you guys are, and I know how you got this fucking number, and don't fucking call me ever again.
Whoa, dude, we're just trying.
Do you not know who I am? I am the greatest performer that ever lived.
Listen,
right, I can't.
You can't. You can't commit.
I can't commit, bro. I can't.
I
can't commit.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. Are we live on this show?
Yeah, we're live. Yeah, we're live right now. I should have told you that.
Are we live to Periscope?
We are. We are live to Periscope.
Oh, man. I want to say hi to everybody on Periscope. All these people commenting right now, they're like, oh, look, he's trying to backtrack and fuck that guy. And I don't even know. I'm imagining that's what they're saying.
No, that's usually how it goes. If I ever get in a beef with someone and then I call them and I'm cordial, I get called a pussy and a cuck, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, you're what do they call it now? Walking back? That's the new annoying phrase that they use. I'm going to walk it back.
Sure.
Let me walk it back.
Sure.
Yeah, so what's going on?
So, yeah, we covered these prank phone calls of you last week, and these guys got your fucking number, which, by the way, I understand why it would anger you, but we just love laughing at crazy yelling. I can't help it. It's one of the best things in the world.
I laugh at it. I mean, I listened back to those things, and I laughed at it. I mean, the one of them was clearly pretty much a performance. I mean, I got to be honest, the Mel Gibson, like, don't you know who I am? They're like, come on, what am I? No one knows who the fuck I am. What kind of thing is that to say?
Okay, so you're leaning into it a bit, you would say.
There's no question. I was upset for sure, but I was definitely putting on a performance there.
Did you know it was? Yeah, you knew it was going on YouTube.
I didn't. I was pretty upset. I was pretty pissed off about that. I mean,
right.
That is illegal, kids, for you to record people unbeknownst to them. Look, I get it. I should have just ended the call. I should have not been broadcasting. I know. I should have. But, I like to get into fights with people. What can I say?
Sure. Do you, when it comes to trolls, you knew that you were giving him exactly what he wanted, right? I mean...
which guy are we talking about? Because there's 3 different people that descended,
So the only things I saw was a call where he did the John Cena thing and then called you right back afterward. And apparently there was a call before that I didn't know about where you talked to someone about your or something going on in your life. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
I didn't ever hear that one.
No, by the way, the guy that pranked me, he reached out and he's totally cool. And I apologized. I said, look, I'm sorry I went off on you, dude, because I thought he was part of this, militant group of Trump supporters. Militant.
What?
I didn't say all Trump supporters.
What did
Everybody
you do?
calm down.
What did you do to piss off Trump supporters?
I think I said something like, it would be really cool if Donald Trump live on the air did the State of the Union address, but instead of saying anything, he just blew his brains out. I thought that was funny.
Sure.
Apparently they didn't. So, but their method is, instead of just saying, I'm not going to listen to this guy anymore or watch his program anymore, we're going to get our friends. We're going to get our friends together. We're going to show you, Josh Thomas. So that's pretty much what happened.
Sure. Are you actually going to sue these pranksters? Are you taking them to court?
No, I'm not.
That seems...
They took down a bunch of stuff. I was going to probably get into it if they kept up the audio that was recorded without my knowledge.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, listen, everything I said to those guys, I don't take back. Anything I said to my stalker, I don't take back. You know what? And I feel like me yelling was on behalf of a lot of people that maybe feel angry and upset right now. This is actually me doing something good. Now I'm just bullshitting you. But,
sure. Yeah, you're doing the Lord's work. What is this stalker story? I have no idea about this.
No, I don't want to get into it. I'm not going to name names.
Sure.
I kind of wanted to avoid. But this is somebody that anybody who's watched my live streaming shows on any platform knows 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
People look forward to my rants. They love when I blow up and do my faux rants. These are the ones where I'm mostly going off and not really being upset about something. People enjoy that. So when you take it out of context, I understand, whatever. Secondly, everybody knows about my stalker, who has kind of passive-aggressively insinuated herself into my life and the lives of people closest to me by following everybody, taking screenshots, just creepy, in the shadows.
That side of Periscope, where we get into the minutia of who left whose chat room and who shared this broadcast.
That's it. You got it. And let me say this. I envy you, because I think what I'm learning is that you are in a position, more so than me, to freely make fun of all of these people on Scope and wherever. I don't think you get much flack from that, because in a sense, you're part of the group. You're already in the club. I think people resent when I do it more, because they're like, oh, well, you're already doing stuff, so fuck you. It's like this fuck the man, fuck you, Hollywood asshole kind of thing, I guess. I don't know.
Right. I don't know. I just think, I don't know if I get away with it. I think I just pick on people that, I can't believe, do you know who Al Nation is? This guy, Al Nation.
I do.
So.
Sure.
So that man just scopes, he did a broadcast where he made fun of my friend, Greg the Virgin. It was a rant video, and people were in love with it, saying how amazing it was. And I was watching it going, I can't believe people like this stuff. He put an overlay. He did a full serious rant with a movie theater overlay, so it just looked like he was ranting and he was on the movie screen. That's just a normal thing you put in a YouTube or you put in a video.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
that's
Yeah.
nuts. That is insane behavior. And then so I just said that's insane behavior. He went, he's going to sue me now. It's not legal to make fun of him. You don't have permission to use any of this. I don't know if you heard any of this stuff. He really is mad.
No, I haven't. I've heard some of it. See, this is what I mean. Like, in the past, I focused on fighting with the worst fucking assholes on Periscope. One of the, and I'm not going to name their names because that's what they want, but this one guy we all know did blackface, used, slurs against the homosexual community,
Sure.
said the N-word. Like, the guy could do no wrong. PewDiePie says the N-word. PewDiePie says the N-word while he's playing a video game. Look, I don't care.
Sure.
It's not the end of the world. I realize that. But I'm getting raked over the coals for going off on some trolls. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I listened to an old. So when I know a guest is coming on, I try to like kind of dig up some stuff just to listen, kind of get a feel for you. And I listened to an old Joshing Around podcast, and I heard you got in shit for making fun of Chewbacca Mom, which was just some lady that laughed in a Chewbacca mask.
This is what happens. By the way, the Cash Me Outside girl just signed a multi-million-dollar deal with Atlantic Records. I want to fucking put a gun in my mouth. Forget Donald Trump.
Sure.
He can do that on his own. I'm going to take care of myself. All right? Are you happy, people? Look, but the thing is, it's this weird thing where thank you very much. I'm still going to rant about it, but it's like when I rant about it, people will get more upset with me, like, oh, you're just jealous. I'm not jealous of Chewbacca Mom or Cash Me Outside girl, believe me.
Sure.
I think the fact that they're making a lot of money is fucking insane, and I think most people would agree with that. It's not a good for them. Way to go. You know what? They deserve it. No, they don't deserve it.
Sure,
at all.
They don't. Don't you think, though, that, like, bitching about Catch Me Outside girl, like, that's what gives her power, is she is there to be hated. She's a troll. She's a media troll, essentially.
No, of course. I think it's okay for me to make an observation.
Sure.
That it is disheartening for a lot of musicians and a lot of artists out there who can't get record deals. But this is nothing new. I know that. Like,
right.
Look, back in the early days of MTV, there was this guy, Jesse something. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I remember
He was like a fake homeless guy
sure.
who became a VJ on MTV, and we were all like, "What the fuck?" I mean, whatever. It's the same old thing,
Mm-hmm.
I guess what I'm saying is, for me, at this stage in my career, it's probably not a good idea to continue doing Periscope the way that I have been in the past, or even if at all. I just don't think it's something for me personally that is very advantageous to my career at this point.
Why?
That's what I'm saying.
How come?
Because I'm not in the right frame of mind. I work for Disney. I work for Fox Animation.
Sure.
I do a lot of stuff. I like live a double life because I also do stand-up. I'm also like a comedian who does very dark material, and I love that stuff.
Sure.
But it's like people are so sensitive about this shit that if it gets out, it could fuck up your career, which is shitty.
No, that's
kind of the way.
Well, that's 100% of the thing I'm afraid of. I used to work for Disney, right? But I don't anymore.
Okay.
But now I just don't tell people where I work, right? And once I left Disney, that's it. I just don't tell you what I do anymore on the air. So, because for the exact same reason, I have fucking 500 hours on the internet that could be taken out of context, right? So that said, I understand why you would want to quit Periscope, but I love doing this shit, right? I love just coming on and laughing and fucking watching crazy shit.
Well, I love what you're doing because I started doing the same thing. I had I don't know if you ever saw those shows, but I did live shows from my studio, and I the lights, and I took phone calls, and it was like a really nice looking show.
Right.
And then I used the audio for that for the Joshing Around podcast, and I do like that. I mean, I do like taking phone calls, and I do like improvising. That stuff's all fun for me, but I think for me, my temperament. I know even Louis C.K. went through this, and I don't know, Ed Sheeran, and look, Trent Reznor. Here's what I want to say. Trent Reznor is my favorite musician, my favorite artist.
9 Inch Nails.
Even that guy said recently in Vulture.com, he said in an interview that even he had to stop basically having an online presence because we make ourselves too available to people. I know there's some merit to that, there's some value to that, but for me, I fucking overshared like a motherfucker. And I'm glad I did, because a lot of people that suffer from depression or have had a shitty time in life or whatever, they heard my stories and they gravitated toward that. And that I'm very grateful for. And also, we raised a shitload of money to finish my pilot. That wouldn't have happened without doing live streaming. But I think all I'm saying is now I'm going to scale it back a little bit because it got a little bit out of control. For me, you can do it. Other people can do it.
Right.
I just don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it.
There's this, I don't, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
42.
42. So I'm 31. I think there's I don't know how to explain it. There's this, I don't know, with the trolls. I have this mentality with them. I grew up on Xbox Live, right? I was called, like, as you're growing up on the internet and stuff, I didn't have it right away, but, like, right around 15, 16, you start, like, once you get into the world, trolls are just everyday life for me, right? I'm called a faggot nonstop. I'm Cancer Beard now, right? Because I got a panchy beard. Like, I'm called these things all the time. But I don't know why. I'm an angry person, but this stuff doesn't get to me for some reason, and I don't know if it's just because I grew up with it somewhat. Or what it is. I'm glad you
said that, because I was going to say it, and then I was waiting for you to go, oh, here we go, man. Typical old man trying to... No, but you're right.
Sure.
I didn't really grow up. But here's the thing. In a nightclub doing stand-up, I can destroy hecklers anytime, anywhere.
Sure.
And the people that follow me know that 99% of the time, anytime there's a troll, usually I can spin it into something that's fucking hilarious and have a great time with it. But you're right. There is a group of people that grew up with this and they're not bothered by it.
Yeah.
I wish I could get to that point. Really, the only thing I was angry about when I took those calls was my stalker. I mean, that was the thing that's always the thing that sets it off.
Right.
And it gives her all this power. But at the end of the day, look, the next day I laughed about it and whatever.
Sure.
But listen, I agree. I should have just ended the call. I keep taking the calls because I think maybe in some weird Andy Kaufman-esque type way, by the way, would never compare myself to him, but I'm saying maybe there's something there. We keep pushing the envelope.
Sure.
That's what I like to do.
So, okay, so you would say it's less about trying to fix the trolls and more about just like let's just lean into this because it's going to be entertaining anyway.
Of course. Yeah, there's a video out there of me doing a stand-up show at a bar/art gallery.
I watched this. I actually watched this.
Right. And it's great because in the beginning, everybody thinks it's a staged bit. And I loved it because I went with it.
Yeah, explain to people what it is so they know what you're talking about.
So basically, I was doing a show at this bar art gallery in downtown Pomona. I was doing it with a bunch of friends. I was playing my preacher character, the Reverend Apostle B.G.
Sure.
And this drunken whore.
Sure. Yeah, I would say that's accurate.
This drunken slut bag was heckling me, which was great. I was all about it.
Yeah.
Until she got up on stage and took the microphone away from me. Now, I think her taking the microphone away from me is the same way I feel about these trolls. Because it's like, we're the ones that decide what you're going to do and say. And I resent that, especially if it's in the middle of a show like that.
Yeah.
No, you have a show. This is your show. And you decide what happens on the show. And on my show, I decide what happens. And so I wanted to smack her in the face when she threw the folding chair at me and the glass of wine.
Sure.
But I knew that everybody in the room had a cell phone, and there's no way that I am ever going to come out of that looking good.
No, you kind of like barely shoved her off the stage. Like it was like, but I mean, so you guys had the mic in your hand. You're wrestling with this mic, and she like lets go, and it bops you in the face.
It does. Yeah, very few people notice that, but it hit me. It hit my my front tooth.
Yeah, and so like the visceral reaction, I would want to fucking slug this person.
Well, you can see it because I dropped character for about 10 seconds. I tried to stay in character, and then I said, "You need to get off the fucking stage." Now,
right. Yeah.
Now, thankfully, I didn't have anything to drink. I gave her a light shove off of the equivalent of a pallet.
Yeah.
The stage was that
it's
high
like
off
one
the ground.
step up.
But I still had feminist groups coming at me on Twitter at that time to explain to me how even that was wrong. And this is why I think I still need to do my show, because I can't sit here and watch this shit happening and not, commentate on it. I mean,
right.
Come on.
No, I don't blame you. I do want to ask, why is Labor Day important to you?
Yeah, that was, you know what? Look, it's Labor Day, man. Don't call me on Labor Day.
Get it. Sure.
That's my favorite part of the call when I say, that's me trying to reason with people. You go, look, man, it's Labor Day. I'm just trying to enjoy my day.
I get it. Listen, I get it, but screaming that it's Labor Day, there's something inherently funny to me about that. I don't know what it is. There's this fucking labor. It's kind of the lower end of the spectrum of holidays, but just screaming about it is labor.
Of all the holidays, really, like Christmas, I totally get it. We're trying to spend time with my family. Like, I get that.
Sure.
Labor Day?
Right. It's National Indigenous People Day. What the fuck? So.
Yeah, isn't that, that's in L.A. That's right. I forgot.
That's the new, they got rid of Christopher Columbus Day in California. It's now Indigenous People Day. So that'll.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you. Well, you know what's funny? I do things. This is what I do. My passive-aggressive way of getting back at people. So when that story broke, I went on Amazon and I realized that I did not yet own the movie 1492 by Ridley Scott.
Sure.
So I went ahead and ordered that. And then like a year ago, when they decided to get all up in arms about the Last Tango in Paris, the film, the controversial film from the 70s with Marlon Brando.
No, I don't know what that is.
Well, they claimed that the actress on the film was Maria Schneider was assaulted by Marlon Brando during a scene with like 50 crew members, and they had gone over the scene multiple times. And even Maria Schneider had said, "No, that's not what happened." I went ahead and ordered that movie as well on Amazon. So that's what I do. So just know if there's some major controversy happening with a film, I'll be ordering it.
How did these trolls get your number?
That I don't know. I assume it's probably easy to. Can't you pay a fee like on the white pages or one of those services
Maybe.
and get information?
This number you gave me, is that your number? Can I start prank calling you every Labor Day?
Yeah, you totally. I would love for you to call me every Labor Day and record it without my knowledge.
Sure. We'll just talk.
Look,
we'll catch you up on family secrets.
At 42, I suddenly feel like I'm 100 years old because, look, you can't rally against this stuff. I know that. I'm aware of that. Like, you can't say, hey, you guys need to take that video down. I saw that you stole one of my videos. I mean, this is just like a thing now. Like, there's it's an unstoppable force.
The more you resist, the more it becomes a thing.
And by the way, I think it was great for me. I think I got a lot of people following me. And, hey, look, no bad press. At least, thank God I didn't say anything really terrible. Like, I don't have a problem telling my stalker that she's a dead cancer cunt. I don't mind that. That's great.
Just don't tell Disney.
But even PewDiePie got away with it. But I have a feeling if I said the N-word in one of my broadcasts, I think it would have been handled differently. That's what I'm getting at.
Sure.
That's what I'm getting.
I get that.
I'm not worth as much money as he is, so I guess that's what it is.
Yeah, he can say fuck you and just leave and go wherever he wants, right? It's PewDiePie.
But I mean, well, Bill Maher did it. Bill Maher said it as well, but he's got sponsors, and that show makes millions. So no one's going to fire him.
No, he kind of just leaned into it and owned it, right? Didn't he kind of? I don't know.
Yeah, I said it. I mean, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, okay, what am I going to say? No, that wasn't me. Yeah, I yelled at a bunch of idiots. All right.
Sure.
Next.
So 2 years ago, Scope Summit, bro. So
Dude.
I remember this only because I get I've watched your show. I've always kind of thought, I didn't really know you too well, right? And the only real experience I have is someone coming to me going, Josh, Robert Thompson really hates you, man. And I go, what are you talking about? I don't even know who that guy is. And he's like, he says you didn't even deserve to be at Scope Summit. And I was like, it's fucking Scope Summit. It's nothing. Who cares?
Right.
But we kind of agree on that. So that was kind of the issue, is that I heard it secondhand, and I don't really even care. It's Scope Summit. Nobody deserves.
That's what I admire about you. You said something in your last show about me, and you said, look, this is just what I heard about the guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true. That's like, you don't hear that a lot. You don't hear people say, that's just what I heard. People just immediately go, oh, did you hear what this fucking guy said? You go, well, wait a minute.
No, I try to be as fair as possible. As fair, that's my...
Yeah. No, you're right. I think it's great. I think it's great that you had me on the show. Most people wouldn't even do that.
No.
By the way, this is the most... Look, I tried to get on, Larry King's show, and it just wasn't working out. So they said, I got to do your show.
Just as good, you know?
Yeah, no, this is the one that's going to really wipe the slate. No, the Periscope Summit is a fucking joke.
Sure.
I think what I said was a blanket statement because there were other celebrities, and by the way, I am below a Z-lister. I have no illusions about that. But I saw other people. What do you mean, sure? How dare you? How dare you? What I mean
you lying.
There were other celebrities there.
Sure.
And I just thought I had been doing some interesting stuff with Periscope, and a lot of the people that followed me were bummed out about it. But you're right. I mean, I looked at it and I went, I didn't miss out on a fucking thing. I mean, what was it? Now, was that in New York, the one that you were at?
No,
was that the first one?
I went to San Francisco, and I was on the panel with Sock Cop, Jason Bergler.
Right.
Little Esther, which definitely did not want to be there, didn't want to talk to me at all. I shook her hand, and I was like, hey, I'm Shaun. How's it going? She's like, yeah, there shouldn't be bullying on Periscope. And I was just like, okay. I don't know what you're fucking talking about.
Exactly. Oh, my God. It's a nightmare world. It's a fucking nightmare. Look, I love that. The image of her sitting there at the end of the table, the table. Look, I didn't even go. I canceled my appearance. I told him, like, I got this other thing I'm doing. I was going to that one. I was invited to
that one you did go to, or you were supposed to go to that one.
Yeah, and they said, well, you're going to share stage time with John Erlinger or something. And I'm like, who? What the fuck? What?
Shaun Lewin. He doesn't deserve it. Yeah.
Fuck him. No, I don't know. He's a nice guy, actually. But
I don't even know. Yeah, go ahead.
I did go to Summit eventually, and I mean, there was nobody in the room. It was like...
Were you on a panel?
No, I had my own, 20 minutes to tell my story about creating and using Periscope and just being real about how I thought. And by the way, Alex Kahn is sitting in front.
Oh, yeah. My friend,
the German Tony Robbins, the German Anthony Robbins.
Sure. My friend Topher went up to interview him and kept asking, like, "Hey, can we do a serious interview with you?" And he's like, "All right, let's be real. How much fucking pussy are you crushing?" And the guy was like squeezing him, passive aggressive. Like he had his arm around my friend, and he had his hand on it, and he was passive aggressively like squeezing his shoulder harder and harder while he was answering the questions. Hurt. Yeah. He was like, that hurt. That fucking hurt. But Alex,
I am on stage eviscerating Periscope. I am talking about how they fucked up the entire app, and you're giving VIP passes to people that shouldn't have it, and you're highlighting the worst possible people, which is true.
Sure.
You're putting the worst pieces of shit out there, and I get it. It's what drives the numbers. But I just laid into everybody, and it was great. Everybody came up to me and said, that was awesome.
Sure.
I really appreciated what you said. And it wasn't just about that. It was about don't worry about the critics. Here I am saying that because it's not easy. But just do your own thing, and try to ignore the noise. And Alex Kahn did the same thing. He came up to me and gave me like a soul-crushing bear hug. I thought that we were either going to fuck or we were going to fight each other. I don't know what was going to happen. But it was one of those passive-aggressive, I'm going to fucking kill you. I'm going to whisper in your ear, I will fucking kill you if you ever do that again.
Alex Kahn does these things that is insane where I can't believe he's getting the numbers he's getting, and all he does is when a new Periscope update comes out, he goes and reads he reads the update section on iTunes, and he just repeats that as news, and he gets hundreds of people, and he's like, this is what you're getting with the new Periscope. And you're like, yeah, I read that on my app when I asked to update. That's it. I mean, I read...
Hello, guys. It's Alex Kahn, and you're going to be getting super hot. Now, what this allows you to do is give Twitter more money, and then you will probably see some money, probably never, unless you sleep in your car for 7 hours like that Jimmy Feetfuck kid. He is such a genius. Amazing stuff. I mean, this is where we're at.
Yeah,
this is where we're at.
It is insane.
You got to pick. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just saying it's insane. It's nuts. But what are you saying? You got to what?
I'm saying I got to pick my battles. What I'm saying is maybe in 2015, after the Late Late Show ended, it was fine for me to, like, complain and go after these scopers that were idiots. But
sure.
Now it's like, dude, come on. Like, I'm doing fine. I'm working on a lot of great projects.
Yeah.
I got no complaints professionally. So for me, look, like Jimmy Feet Fuck, whatever that kid's name is.
Sure.
He's a confused kid. This is the Jimmy Feet piece for anybody that doesn't know. Like, no one knows, right?
Right.
But the thing is, everyone knows who he is. Everyone knows his name. He does nothing.
Yeah, he sleeps. He does 9-hour broadcasts.
That's where we're at. What am I going to do? I'm not going to sit here and fight that. I mean, look, he's 22. He has this ideal vision of the world that doesn't exist. I can't wait until Jimmy finally gets laid and comes out the other end of a terrible relationship and is like a completely damaged man.
Sure.
Those are the scopes I want to see. That's the Jimmy I want to see.
Well,
that's the Jimmy.
We found a news article. I don't know if you knew this. Last week, I think it was. I found a news article from 94 or something, and it was about his dad. And this kid...
Oh, yeah.
That was crazy. He was beaten as a child. His dad threatened to go shoot up a child home, so they had to put him in foster care. And once I heard that, I was like, all right, just let fucking Feet Piece do whatever he needs to do, because I ain't touching that anymore.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, on one hand, you go, okay, we've all... I mean, I've had a shitty childhood,
sure.
So I don't have an excuse. But I'm saying, he's not hurting anybody in the sense of people are willingly giving their money, but they don't have to. So that's not really his problem.
Sure.
I mean, it's like Scientology, man. I dabbled in Scientology for a minute. And
what?
I'm burying the lead for you, by the way.
Wait, no, I need to know about this. You dabbled. Were you just in? I have a friend that was into it, and he won't fucking tell me anything about it.
First of all, you got to listen to my podcast about it because it's actually quite entertaining. It's a good story.
Is it on Joshing Around, or is it just like a Scientology podcast?
It's Joshing Around, man. It's on there. It's called, I think it's called like Joshinetics or something like that.
All right, I'll have to check that out.
But no, it's out there. I have no problem talking about it. But I will say this. I'm not going to sit here and blame Scientology for taking my money.
Sure.
That is something that you willfully do. So, Jimmy Feet Piece, he's a young kid. And by the way, it's emblematic of where we're at now. People doing very little and getting a lot in return. None of it lasts. And, the older you get, it doesn't fucking matter, man. I am so happy to just work on this new show or draw my cartoons or even make my music. That's like the new thing. I don't even care anymore. Sure. I don't even care. So,
just out of curiosity, if you'll tell us, how much did you give to Scientology?
I can't. I won't give any numbers.
You won't give me numbers? Here, we're off the air.
Let me tell you what.
We're off the air now. So
yeah, we're off the air. Okay.
You can tell me.
You know what? Hey, I will say it was a lot of money. It was an exorbitant amount of money. And at the time, I was making an exorbitant amount of money. So it wasn't a big deal.
Because you
but
were on Craig Ferguson? Was it that era?
It was.
Sure.
Yeah. There's another thing. Like the Craig Ferguson stuff. I can't really talk about that stuff. Like if I wrote a book about my experiences on the Late Late Show.
Sure.
Even if what I write and tell you is the absolute truth, it's not going to matter because I'm him. I mean, I'm him. I'm Craig Ferguson because he is Craig Ferguson and I am who I am. And no matter what I say, I'm always going to look like just a bitter asshole. That's why you just can't talk about it.
Right.
You can't do it.
I mean, you can. Is there a beef with Ferguson, or is it just kind of this? This the behind the scenes stuff is a little wacky.
Well, I've talked about it before, but it was just this thing of like I needed to move on from that show. I needed to get out from under his shadow. Which, by the way, when he was a young comedian, he too wanted to break away from working with other people and do his own thing.
Sure.
And that was very difficult for me because there were a lot of people in the fan base that only wanted me to be this one thing, which not a lot of people knew about. Not many people watch that show. I know there are like devout fans of that show, but it's not a thing that
I would even say that the skeleton robot guy might be even more. That might be the most popular part of the show, if not more popular than the actual show. Just the visual of that robot skeleton thing.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I think about when I see the Craig Ferguson, when I hear about the Craig Ferguson.
Well, I think that was, and it was a double-edged sword for me because nobody knew who the guy was that did it. And, it's funny. People don't care to look stuff up. You know that. Like,
sure.
We have all this information, and people are like, I got to click a link.
Yeah. But, sure.
No. But I'm just saying, I'm very grateful to have gotten out of that and, like, have a big fan base of people that do like my weird sense of humor. Not everybody's going to like what you do. I totally get that. I don't care if people hate what I do. But I think it's, as far as trolls go, it's just that select few who try to bombard what you do and ruin it. And sometimes, you're in a shitty mood or a bad way and you give into it. It happens.
Sure.
That's what happens.
I get it. I do want to show you, I want to show you a little bit here. I don't know. Can you hear the sounds here? Like, can you hear this? Could you hear that?
Yes.
Okay. I do want to show you a little bit what Al Nation said about me. I find it very funny.
Okay.
Because this is scope. This is what people are beefing about, and this is what people support on this app. I can't believe people watch this man. But here we go.
Yeah.
Usually when people heckle you at your fucking stand-up horse shit, it's because you're not fucking funny, dude. And you're just really not funny. Not only are you not funny, but you're also very typical of most comedians that are just have no sympathy. They're just dick bags. They think the most ridiculous, disgusting things are fucking funny.
So that's Al Nation. I have 20 of those clips. Just different things he went after me for. Very funny.
It's always great when you hear somebody impart wisdom like that, because it's so true. As anyone who does stand-up knows, that when you're being heckled, it's only because you're not funny. And what a beautiful example of how social media works, though, because truly, like the trolls that came at me or whatever, the prank phone, look, whatever, I prank phone call, whatever the fuck they were doing.
Sure.
They turned it around because I went off on them. They turned it around and it was like, hey man, we were just trying to do a thing, dude. I mean, you're crazy, bro.
For sure.
The Al Nation, it was brilliant. Like, yeah, if you're the stand-up comic and you're getting heckled, it's got to be your fault.
I actually,
don't you understand that?
Yeah, I actually liked the the chat is like, give us an exact number you spent on Scientology. So
yeah, okay.
When I was doing stand-up, if it was an open mic, I wanted hecklers. I don't do stand-up anymore. I don't know. I hate repeating material. I don't know why that is. I'm so sick of it. But that's what I loved. I liked the hecklers during open mics because I was doing comedy for a bunch of comedians that didn't give a shit about material they had heard a billion times. At least this person's going to talk to me. It's going to be engaging. I always liked that part.
Oh, Oh, I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, when I would do stand-up and do the preacher character, I would go out into the audience.
Sure.
And just get into it. I mean, I totally agree that in that venue, in that arena, the audience can be part of the show if the performer so chooses.
Sure.
The problem with social media is just the reality, I should say, is that everybody is a fucking comedian now, and it's just fucking annoying. It's just fucking annoying.
So you had this happen where this girl came up, you talked about it, where she came out on stage, tries to take the mic from you, throws a chair at you. I had an experience where I was with a friend doing stand-up, and he went up there, and some guy just said, "You aren't funny," and then, my friend goes, "Fuck you!" Just gives up on the comedy, just straight to the aggressive.
Wow.
Just fuck you, bro. The guy.
Well,
go ahead.
I've seen that though. I've seen big comics do that. I mean,
they lose it, man. And this guy chucks a tumbler glass at him. It shatters. He misses. Then he gets up and chucks a chair, hits my friend in the face. He's got to get stitches. He's bleeding all over the place. My friend dives on him, throws him over. The tables are flying. This is in some shitty bar. It was the best open mic I'd ever been to because of this, because, open mics are the most depressing things in the world. But very insane. These people are nuts.
Look, stand-up is so weird. It's so weird. It's so just emotionally charged.
Yeah.
It's like if you're not in the right frame of mind. And by the way, no comedian is in the right frame of mind. So this whole idea of like, can't believe that guy reacted to that. Really? You
no.
can't. That's
Yeah.
like when Donald Trump says something stupid and people go, "I can't believe it." And I'm like, really? You can't believe it?
I can't believe.
Okay.
I can't believe people still can't believe when he tweets. And I go, guys. This has been his whole life since fucking Twitter existed. Why are you still screaming about this? Stop!
Why are you worried about it? What are you worried about it for? Look, there was a show, and it's somewhere on YouTube. There was a show I did at a club in North Hollywood, and it was to an audience of about 6 people. And my set is going horribly, and I'm doing my bullshit impressions, just hating my life and myself because I'm so tired of that. Like, all right, here's Morgan Freeman. I'm an asshole. Anyway,
sure.
So I start doing the Liam Neeson, some horribly hacky bit about the Taken movies, and in the audience of 6 people is a woman who worked for the production company that made the Taken movies, and she starts saying to me that Taken 2 is a good film, and she doesn't appreciate me talking shit on that film.
I don't understand.
And then it turns into this the second half of it was wonderful. She ended up, talking to me afterward, and it was very friendly and nice, but I just turned it around. Those are the moments you live for, when you can turn it around and save face and come out the other side looking like the man, not going off like Mel Gibson and having that put on YouTube.
Sure. Are you sick? Are you sick of stand-up yet? Because I fucking hate it.
I'm sick of it. I'm not sick of it. I got burned out on it because of my experience. I toured with Craig Ferguson for about 2.5 years.
Sure. Well, at least you were doing real shows, you know what I mean? Like, the reason I hate it is I fucking hate the open mic scene. I hate the culture. I hate you only get like 5 minutes of stage time when you wait 4 hours.
Yeah, I think it's a lot different now. I really do think this because of social media. I really do think that it seems that everybody thinks they're a fucking comedian. And so when I go to see a new showcase somewhere at like the Comedy Store or the Laugh Factory, it is fucking painful, man. It is like a 6-hour show of the worst shit. There's some good comics, but I mean, it's like, look, don't waste your time, man. If I know someone at their office told them they were funny, or you had a friend that thinks you're hilarious. Look, being hilarious on Twitter and being hilarious on stage or on Periscope, it's all different. You know that.
It is.
We all know.
And maybe I've been debating this. This is my question. Do you think comedians are just shittier and shittier now? Or do you think the internet has kind of ruined... This is what I feel. I think the internet has somewhat ruined the magic of stand-up where I kind of know that you've said this joke 1,000 times now. Most of the time it feels very desperate to me. I mean, unless you're Chappelle or something, I cannot get into it. Stand-up, I hate it now.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I think that's a more recent development. I mean, recent like in the last, 20 years. But before that, you could go around the country, around the world, doing your same act over and over again for years, and it didn't matter because
Sure.
no one ever really saw it.
Yeah.
But I think if you're a good enough comedian, you just said Chappelle or even Louis C.K. or definitely Bill Burr. That's
Sure.
my number one right now, Bill Burr.
Sure.
I've seen Bill Burr do bits over and over again, but to me it's like greatest hits, like when you go see a band and you want to hear some of the songs.
Sure.
I like it, but I do understand what you're saying, because I think it's just social media. Like, I have some fans that do hilarious tweets, and by that I mean they're not hilarious, but they get like thousands of retweets.
Sure.
And I just can't. It doesn't bother me anymore because I can't be bothered to try to figure out what any of that even means. It's like they call it weird Twitter, where people will tweet something like, "What are even bananas supposed to be?" And that'll get like 30,000 likes. But
Right.
to what end? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means.
So, yeah, these followers of yours, I do want to talk to you about one follower in particular. This man, I watched kiss your butthole so hard. And he was very nice to me as soon as I brought you up and was kind of like goofing on you. This shut up, Jeff, kissing your ass. He was saying things to me I've never seen him say. He was telling me, just to be clear, he's got like 100 people in his room and you only got like 50. Just saying. And I was like, what kind? You've been watching me forever. I don't give a shit about 30 different people. I don't care about that. I don't plan on making it ever.
Shut up, Jeff is very good at that. I used to feel the same way about him. He's a very funny guy. He really is. Shut up, Jeff is a very funny guy.
I haven't seen it.
He pushes buttons, man. He's just laying that groundwork.
Can we get you to
Go ahead.
Can we get you to block him today for us? I need it in my life.
I love that when people ask me to block people, or I used to get people that would tweet and say, "Can you tell Craig Ferguson to please unblock me?" And I'm like, "What am I, his fucking bitch?
Sure.
Get the fuck out of here."
So,
What's the matter with you?
So after the scope, he makes his own scope where he starts going off on me.
So fucking pissed
Well,
off,
he's a very passionate guy. That Shut Up, Jeff. I think he learned from my 2015 scopes. He learned it from watching me.
He loves you, and when you're having a bad day, he sends you hug emojis. I can't believe another man's doing this.
Well, that is an in-joke in reference to another very, very creepy fan.
Are you willing to let another man send you hug emojis? Is that what you're willing to do?
I'm secure with it. I feel good about it.
I'm not. I think you need
coming from Shut Up. I mean, look at Jeff. He looks like Brad Pitt. The guy looks exactly like Brad Pitt.
Have you seen him? He looks like he looks like a young soccer coach. He looks like a dad that lost his hair at 19.
Well, but his avatar is Brad Pitt, and I always feel like it must be Brad Pitt. In my mind, it really is Brad Pitt pretending to be somebody else. So yes, I will take a hug from Brad Pitt. I'll do it.
He couldn't be further from Brad Pitt. I'm telling you, he couldn't look worse than Brad Pitt, or he couldn't look more of the opposite than Brad Pitt.
How dare you? No, there's a group of guys. They're very funny people. Chris is Anonymous is another guy who he just does his own thing, man. He's got this scope figured out. See, I'm not going to rebroadcast other people's scopes and like show my testicles, and maybe I should. Maybe that would probably get more views.
Sure. But, I had a friend that filmed himself shitting in his backyard, and then his dog ran up and ate it, and he got banned. Can you believe that?
Well, see, he got banned from Periscope for that?
Yeah. That was Topher, yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't get a VIP status and a gold badge.
He should have gotten a badge.
That seems to be where we're at.
It really is.
I'm serious. What's that porn star? Who's the porn star that would just sit around opening packages from people?
It might be the parrot one? The one that owns parrots?
What's her name? Bree Olson.
Oh, no,
She's still
that's
around?
Bree Olson. Yeah, Bree, yeah, I went on a double date with Bree, and then I called her crazy to someone, and she hated me ever since.
Wow. Boy, good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you, buddy.
Well, I mean, it wasn't my date
Where are
with
you
her.
at?
It was me and my girlfriend. We went on a date with my friend and her. But we're in Huntington Beach.
I thought you went on a date
No.
Bree Olson.
That ain't me.
That's the better story.
Sure.
Are you in Orange County? Is that where you're at?
Yeah, I'm in Orange County. Where are you? Where are you in LA?
No, I'm in Silver.
Oh, okay.
I'm
You're
in
down
Silver.
you're like 4 hours away. On the weekdays.
Yeah, I used to work down there. Well, with traffic, I'm 7 hours away. I used to work down there in Brea. I work at Blockbuster Video in downtown Brea.
Dude, Blockbuster. I worked at Blockbuster. I worked at Hollywood Video. Hollywood Video was a better job because they gave less of a shit because they knew they were going down. I will say that.
That's right. And before that, in Ohio, in Cleveland, I worked at a place called Movie World.
No
and
Movie
you had
World
to wear a little red bow tie and a white shirt and say, "Welcome to Movie World." But we had the Castle of Terror, which was a separate room that was separated with like chicken wire and plaster to look like a castle. And then you went into it, and there were the horror movies. That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
That's pretty sweet. I remember I went to Movie World because that was the only place near me that sold porn or rented porn, and it was behind those Western classic doors that I don't even know if they don't exist anymore because there's no movies. There's no movie rental places except like in Mexican neighborhoods now.
That's right, and there's some good shit in those movie rental spots. There's some really good shit in there. But I go back to Ohio and still find VHS tapes, like the big oversized clamshell cases of old horror movies. That's my thing, man. I've got like hundreds and hundreds of old horror movies in my collection.
Sure.
And I miss that. Look, I mean, I get it. Streaming stuff, whatever. But I miss it, man. Well, that's cool that you and I are both assholes. Let's be honest. We come off as assholes.
I'm a sweet man.
But that's same. I'm not walking around on the streets going, "Look at this fucking guy. Yeah, you fucking."
Yeah, sure.
You lying.
You do that. I know you do. You do it to homeless people, the black people. That's what the world's telling me.
Black people.
Sure.
The black. Yep. There's your soundbite. People out there who don't like me.
Yeah.
There it is.
Well, dude, I want to say thanks for calling in. I think this was great. What do you say?
I had a great time, man. I was excited to do it. I'm glad that you were into it. This is how it should be, man. Just bust balls.
Sure. And
enough of this
when
shit.
you messaged me like, "Hey, I liked the show," and this was right after I was laughing at you meltdown, and you sent me a message that goes, "Hey, I like the show. Let's do a call-in sometime. I'd love to do it." And I'm like, this dude, I know what this dude's up to. He's gonna come on and he's gonna try to destroy me.
Yeah, no, I was saying, you know what I'm gonna do? All right, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fucking DM this dick, and I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, no, I love your show, dude." And then when I get on there, I'm gonna be like, "Fuck you, bro."
I even asked you that. I asked, "Are you gonna come on my show and try to destroy me?"
Like, why? For what purpose? It sounds so boring to me. That would again. I would come off even worse. It would just be people commenting, "This fucking self-centered dick."
I couldn't imagine just taking a call from you and you immediately jumping in. Like, you couldn't even, like, you tried to kind of fake it, but you're like, "I can't commit to this. This is too unreasonable."
I couldn't do it. But look, the thing is, the only people, it's so funny because they're the only people that say that I'm a dick to my fans, because there's like a small group of people that will say, "Josh is terrible to his fans."
Sure.
Those are the people that are probably the assholes that I've blocked. It's like this thing, like if you block somebody, apparently now it's like a sign of weakness. Like, "Oh, you couldn't take it, dude. You're an asshole."
I had a guy, I've explained this a trillion times to people, where I had a guy that was, he was nice with me, right? And eventually he started saying these these backhanded things. And finally I just blocked him. And they're like, "What? You can't block, bro." And at a certain point I go, well, if we're just having a good time in the room, and like if I was having a party and someone walked into my house and just started shouting at me horrible things, is it am I stopping free speech by kicking him out of my house? No. No.
Here's what I tell them. I say, look, you can go be an asshole all you want.
Sure.
Somewhere else. All I'm doing is helpfully guiding you out the front door. Look, I've blocked people. I don't even remember Tina Tweedy. This girl types in all caps and puts every fucking emoji under the sun.
Well, it's just so you recognize her more, probably, right? Is that what that is?
Let me explain this. This is even worse than a troll, by the way. I don't care if somebody's like, fuck you. You got a 5-head. Your eyebrows are weird.
Sure.
You're a hack. You're a has-been. Great. Whatever.
All true.
You. The other people I can't stand when I'm in the middle of ranting or doing a funny bit or a character and someone keeps typing over and over again, Josh, please acknowledge me. Today's the anniversary of my dog's death 10 years ago. And then immediately the entire room just agrees to her fake reality. You don't even know if this happened. It's a manufactured reality. Another woman said, my son is autistic. Okay, good for you. Can I finish my fucking story?
Yeah.
So I blocked these people. I blocked them. And, oh, my God, I'm public enemy number one. How dare you? Oh, this poor woman. Turns out, not even true. Didn't even have a son who was autistic. Who cares? Enough already.
Yeah.
You know.
I would go ahead.
No, but I was going to say, just to wrap, for me, what happens then, for me, is I block them on Scope. They find me on Twitter. I block them on Twitter. Then they find me on Instagram. I block them on Instagram. They find me on Facebook. It's too fucking much, man. These people are fucking nuts.
Yeah, and well, it is nuts. And I remember I went off on someone a while ago about just calling her stupid or whatever, and she responded with the same thing. Not autistic. Mike, can you give me a break? My son is mentally handicapped. And I was like, your son has nothing to do with you being a fucking idiot. I don't know what you're talking about. And I was a piece of shit because I went after someone with a disabled son. What?
That is my favorite thing. This woman used to comment how I need to learn to take criticism better. These are the people that are going to teach you life lessons. Like, you're going to learn some valuable life lessons on fucking Periscope.
Sure.
Newsflash, you're not. You're never going to learn a valuable life lesson. But she's like, look, I just want to let you know that you need to straighten out this attitude or you're not going to make it in the biz. And so I go off on her.
You're not going to make it in the biz.
In the biz. I go off on her, and she says to me, listen, I've had a tough life. My husband died from complications due to Agent Orange in Nam, okay?
What?
And I said to her, well, I bet your husband is rolling in his DDT riddled grave right now. And then I blocked her, and then that became World War II.
Sure. My friend, old co-host Topher, he used to do a co-host with me on the show. We got agents through Periscope, and they were the shittiest. Like, I'm just a guy that does comedy. I've been doing improv, stand-up, and stuff for a while. I've been doing it for 8 years now. And, like, we got this agent when we started doing Periscope, right? And this agent sucked. They were garbage. They wouldn't call us back. They wanted us to get watches for merch. And we're like, yeah, if we're going to do merch, we should be doing shirts, right? And they're like, no. We got a hot tip on some watches. Watches, first of all, is insane. Second of all, so anyway, it gets to the point where they won't respond to me. They're like, hey, send us your best clips of your show. We're going to make a sizzle reel for you. And it takes hours because I'm trying to pick my best clips from 7 years of content. And it takes hours and hours. And I send it to them. They never respond. Anyway, we got this will get to a point in a second. And anyway, we called them on the air. My friend Topher, we get fired, we get let go on the air just by calling them pieces of shit and they're fake agents. Topher does this. We all get let go. And this guy messages Topher last week and goes, I was really into you guys until you threw it all away. Where you're talking about people are trying to tell you how to live your life. They're like, so you guys had agents and you threw it all away when you called them on the air.
Threw it all away.
Threw it all away. They wanted, you threw all those fucking watches away. Watches.
Dude, I had people that would email my fucking manager and say, I just want you to know, a couple days ago, your client, Josh Robert Thompson, said some really nasty things to me on Facebook during a live broadcast.
What is going on?
I'm like, my manager was having lunch with me. By the way, and this is not I'm only saying this to paint the picture.
Sure.
Right? I'm at the Beverly Hills Hotel having a very nice breakfast with my fucking manager, who's the greatest guy in the world. And he says to me, we're sitting there enjoying ourselves, and he says, so, got this fucking email from this person saying you were giving him shit or something? And I said, I go, it's just some psychopath online. And he said, yeah, I figured. Anyway, can you pass me the salt? I mean, that was the extent of the conversation.
Sure.
There's no, they don't care. Like, the videos of me yelling at people are on YouTube. No one cares. There's no, what'd you think? Like, someone was going to, those idiots were tweeting to, like, Fox Animation. They were tweeting to the producers of the movie that I just did, as if anybody was going to call me and say, oh, we got some shocking video of you yelling.
Jesus
and,
Christ.
As you know, nobody in Hollywood is an asshole. Everybody has a perfect temperament.
Yeah, sure.
And I would be fired immediately. But yet no one cares.
I know a
It's
guy.
all-
I know a guy. He got his job, got a message from some guy on Twitter, and this guy didn't even know who this troll was, and he got fired just because this guy said, hey, this guy's, I don't remember exactly what it was. It was something, he said some horrible things, and he got fired just from some random Twitter guy. And
That's insane.
It's nuts.
It's insane.
It's scary as shit.
It happened to me. It happened to me with the Howard Stern show. For about 8 years, off and on, I used to call into the Stern show and do the Arnold Schwarzenegger voice.
That
right?
was
We did
you?
A lot of great prank calls.
That was you. That's awesome. I didn't
yeah.
know that was you. I am a huge Stern guy. I mean, used to be. I haven't listened in a while. But it's funny.
Well, see, that's a publicist problem. That's the problem I have. You didn't know, but that's all right. Well, they never said anything because they want to keep it a secret. But this guy, I mean, this is years ago, dude. This is like 2010. I got into some argument with some dickhead on Facebook, and he said, the only reason you have a career is because of Howard Stern. And I said, that's absolutely not true. They never said my name on that show.
Right.
And it didn't lead to anything. That's the truth. I mean, it didn't. I made my own way.
Did they pay you for those?
No, I never got paid.
Wow, Howard is notoriously cheap, man.
So the guy gets into a fight with me.
Sure.
And this is where we're at now. He baits me, gets into a fight, and then I said something like, "Look, I don't even do the show anymore because the writers used to let me improvise. All of my phone calls to Stern, like blowing up the moon and the George Takei, that was all improvised. Like that was just like making up shit.
Sure.
Howard would say, I got an idea, talk about blowing up the moon. And then they'd say, here's a couple things you could say. And then later on, they started writing everything to death, and I just didn't like the stuff they were trying to get me to say. It just wasn't funny to me.
Who else? Did you do anybody else on there?
No, I was only Arnold.
Yeah, because they do that with a ton of celebrities. Interesting.
This guy took a screenshot. This asshole took a screenshot of that encounter on Facebook.
Sure.
Sent it to Gary Delabate, fucking Baba Booey.
What?
And since 2011, I haven't heard from those guys. A friend of mine, Piotr, P-I-O-T-R, Piotr Michael, does Arnold on the show now. And I was like, what the fuck happened? I didn't mind, but I was like, did something happen? So I called Gary. I said to my manager, I want to talk to Gary personally and find out what happened, because that's how I like to solve things. I don't want to fucking email people.
And Gary seems
Go
ahead.
He said a couple years ago we got this email from somebody and you were saying all these things. And I'm like, why would you guys, on the basis of that, first of all, not reach out to me and then just decide that you were done? So you're right. It can fuck shit up. It really can.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why I think I have to be more careful, even though I fucking resent the shit out of it, because my brand of comedy is to say whatever the fuck I want.
Sure.
And I'm not going to, like, stifle myself, but I have to be more careful about the battles that I choose to engage in, because these people are ready to screenshot, record, and do whatever it takes to try to fuck people up because they're bored.
Yeah, they're just sending that shit. All right,
That's
man.
it.
Dude, thanks for calling in. Let's do this again, actually. I think this was a good time. And we don't have a war here. We don't have a war between us. How do we get ratings without a war?
I can't wait to see what all the people are saying about me in the comments.
Sure, they're only the sweetest things.
I'm sure Wander around always has the nicest things to say.
Oh, yeah. Wander Around is your number one fan. Fourth West is another one of your number one fans. We know Jeff's kissing that ass.
People are so funny, man. Whatever. People, he's a fucking dick, arrogant fucking dick. Yeah, all right. That's fine.
All right, dude. Thanks for calling in, and let's do it again.
All right, man. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Later. Bye.
Bye.
There goes everybody. Josh, Robert Thompson. We aren't beefing. He's pretty straight-laced. He's very he owned up to his beef. So there you go. Check him out, Josh R. Thompson on Periscope. Just look him up, Josh Robert Thompson. Interesting call. We got to learn a lot. We're best friends now. We're BFFs, and we're all blocking Jeff. We got to get Jeff out of here. Look at this. This is what Jeff did after the scope last week.
Fucking pissed off right now. You fucking stupid motherfucker, man. You fucking no talent fucking piece of shit. So fucking pissed off.
This is what Jeff's doing. Jeff made a video about me. He's very upset I went after his friend, Josh Robert Thompson, his BFF. He was very upset. So he went through this. So I watched last week. Someone says, just go rewatch that broadcast and look at Jeff's comments while you're doing this stuff. They're all very concerned. Jeff is usually into like laughing at this stuff. He's very concerned. He's going, Shaun, you don't understand where Josh is coming from. That's not the point. The point is to laugh at a man going nuts. We talked on the phone, me and Josh Robert Thompson, we're fine. But I still want to laugh at a crazy man. So anyway, Jeff starts getting mad. Then Josh Robert Thompson joins the room last week, and Jeff starts saying these horrible things to me. I'll never get real fans. All the show for Josh Robert Thompson, his number one scoper. It's really what this is. And then he made this weird fake outrage video about me.
Right now, man. Fuck you, dude.
I think we got to block this man.
Fuck you.
So he's half joking, but I think there's a little bit in there. There's a hint. There's no video. It's just a black screen. It's just a black screen of him ranting. But he has a little, like, he loves to act like this is a big, phony outrage. He's goofing off. Jeff. There's something going on here. I can feel a little realness coming in. There's a little realness. There's a grain of truth in there. We see you, Jeff. We see you. We're watching your an underlying bubbling hatred. He said it himself.
Shaun, fuck you, you fucking faggot piece of shit. You no talent fucking piece of shit. Can't even create your own fucking content. So you gotta put somebody else's angry outburst in your fucking shitty little fucking podcast.
Wow. And he's homophobic, that's right.
Mega faggot.
There you go. But like, I was getting messages from everyone. It wasn't just one. I probably got everyone, I say. I got like 7 or 8, which is a lot. 7 or 8 messages like, dude, you seeing what Jeff's up to? Kissing that asshole. Really going after you, Shaun. And I'm like, really? That's going on? Check out this scope he did. I check it out. He's doing these numbers.
Fuck you!
He's doing that. I check out my broadcast. He's saying things. He's saying things like, fuck you. You'll never have real talent like Josh Robert Thompson.
You no talent fucking piece of shit!
Right? Uh-huh. We see you, Jeff. We're watching you. You're on probation. That's really what this is. You're on probation. And if you fuck up, you get a speeding ticket of any sort. You're thrown in jail. And then we line you up and execute you.
Oh, I'm Shaun Lewin. I don't have emotional outbursts because I'm fucking dead inside.
So, Jeff is the new high-res. See, here's the beef. Here's the issue I have. JRT doesn't like talking to the trolls. Right? Or like he gets fights with the trolls. I try to befriend the trolls, right? And they get too close. And then I start seeing things. I start seeing the real side. I start seeing that real feeling underneath it all. Uh-huh. I know what you're thinking. You're taking this way too personal. There's something in there.
I'm a jaded little fucking Pepe loving troll bitch, and I've never created anything interesting in my entire life.
I'm just letting everybody know, Jeff. We're watching you. We know what's going on. Okay? Should we suspend him for 120 days? How many months is that? That's 4 months.
I just criticize other people's work and put it in my shitty little fucking podcast.
Shit, dude. Am I allowed to play that stuff? Where is that? Damn it, where'd my Al videos go? Who knows? Who know where my Al vids went? You know? They all disappeared. Al rant clips.
By the way, Shaun, I don't give you permission to use anything I broadcast on social media for anything you do on any media. Got that, you fuck?
Damn. There's a lot of people mad at me on the internet. They like to scream at me. This is my favorite stuff, though. I need more people yelling. It makes my life more entertaining.
By the way, Shaun, I don't give you permission to use anything I broadcast on social media for anything you do on any media. Got
It's very similar tone to Al Nation, my friend. Did you see what Al Nation tweeted? Let's do a little Al Nation real quick.
Al Nation.
There's the intro to Al Nation. I just got a tweet. I get these screen caps. This is what... So, Al Nation, I love this guy. He's amazing. I can't believe he's beefing with everybody on the internet. He's got a beef with every single person. And he tweeted today. This is the only real Al Nation news. I did see scoping again. I haven't been able to watch. I got the full first one he did, so we'll see. Might be boring. Might not even have any good gold in it. That said, he tweeted this. He's beefing with he's angry at the world, Joel says, probably. Yeti is someone he's clearly beefing with here. Yeti clearly has severe sexual hang-ups and probably has sex with the lights off. To care about the size and color of a man's dick is bizarre. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. To care about the size of a man's dick. He says the size and color of a man's dick is bizarre. You can't care about... I mean, I get the color part. But the size part... You know what that says to me? Al Nation's rocking that peep. He's rocking a little peep. That's all I'm saying. I don't like that insult, actually. I try to avoid those insults. It's hacky, but I think he's defending that peep. To care about the size and the color of a man's dick is bizarre. Maybe to care about the color of a man's dick, especially if it doesn't match the rest of his body. I think that's reasonable to care. But If it's different from the man's body. If it's purple, is it normal? Sure. What's going on here? Oh, there it is. Maybe that's why he's so angry. I'm gonna be honest, I've seen Ale Nation's peep. Okay? I've seen that peep. And I've only seen it soft. Okay? People on Scope are sending peep pics all over the place. And so I get these pictures. There's a top-down pic. Ale Nation. I don't like to judge a soft dick. You know what I mean? You know how they say you shouldn't judge a dick by its cover? You shouldn't judge a dick size by its flaccidness. Okay? Yeah, it's a bad angle. This over-the-top angle, you cannot... If you're taking a dick pic... Al, what are you doing? Do it from below, kinda. Get some fucking shit going, okay? Get some angles going, some lighting. Put a little lighting. Powder it up. Take it to Sears. Okay, Ale Nation? Get some better angles. You'll get a better shot at the dick size, okay? But that tweet, that Ale Nation tweet does seem a little, seems a little crazy. All right, I think we're going to end this episode. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go pee. I'm going to get some more beers, and we're going to do this bonus show. I want to thank JRT, Josh Robert Thompson, for calling in, being very nice, not screaming at me. We will be playing the food review on this bonus show. What do we got on the bonus show today? Let me look. We kind of announced at the beginning of this episode, but we got a lot to do still. We got Straight Men Love Being, my new segment, Straight Men Love Being Gay, but they're straight, because the news is obsessed with these stories about straight men making out with their bros when they're down. It ain't happening, guys. We might have to check out the Charisma Matrix. I'll tell you about the Emmys. Maybe I'll tell you about the Emmys real quick right now, actually, before we get out of here. I'll tell you a little bit. So we went to the Emmys. I was nominated. I was part of a show called Epic Rap Battles, right? We're a digital show on YouTube. Right? And we got nominated for an Emmy. And I'll tell you about Bill Nye before we do this bonus show, too. We didn't win. We lost to The Daily Show. Now, this is bullshit. I don't like that The Daily Show can win a digital award. Okay? The category was like digital variety series. That's what we were nominated for. Hold on. I'm going to look it up and give you the exact stuff. Emmys, 2017, Epic, Rap Battles, Honest Trailers. Here we go. Tube filter. Epic. Sorry. So. The other okay, so we got Honest Trail. This is okay. So it was Digital Variety Series is what we were nominated for. We were nominated Epic Rap Battles of History, which is a YouTube show. Honest Trailers, another great YouTube show. I love Honest Trailers. Disney's Star Wars show. The NEA's United States of Arts, I don't know what that is. Brown Girls, which is an independent web series, sure. Earned a TV deal with HBO. And where is the Daily Show isn't even listed on here. Daily Show. Here, I'll type that in too. Did we get nailed? Did we get nailed? Were they not even nominated? They're like, fuck these guys. All right, so Outstanding Short Form Variety Series. Behind the Voice. That's BTS. That's behind the scenes of that show, The Voice. Epic Rap Battles of History. Sure. Honest Trailers. The Daily Show Between the Scenes. That's just deleted scenes from The Daily Show. And the Star Wars show, which I don't know what it is. Now, if we would have lost to Honest Trailers, which is a YouTube show, then I'd be fine. But I don't like the idea that The Daily Show can just throw their scraps to the side and go, yeah, we're going to win that award. We're going to win an Emmy for that. Those are just deleted scenes. They got a full Comedy Central production behind them. I guess we worked for Disney. But we were still YouTube. only. Yeah, they gave them Emmy-winning scraps. And let me tell you, they announced it. And these Daily Show guys, they go up on stage to accept the award. You know what they say? Please, someone watch our show. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? No good. Watch our show. Had 100 million people watch our show last year. Fucking somebody watch our show. So what happens is these people, it's the Academy that votes. I assume they have no idea who we are, and they just go, The Daily Show. By the way, The Daily Show sucks. Trevor Noah sucks. Okay? This ain't Jon Stewart's Daily Show, and you all pretending that it is. Disgusting. Because you're lying to yourselves. You're being intellectually dishonest with yourselves and with everybody else. Trevor Noah and the new Daily Show, garbage. He just got a 5-year extension. Great. Fucking. So they go up on stage, accept an award, and say, someone please watch our show. No good. Are you fucking kidding me? Someone please. No, I won't watch it now. I refuse to watch the show. Fucking. It drives me nuts. It's like if LeBron James just got the MVP for the Summer League. That's really what it is. We're not on the level of real TV shows. We're YouTube shows. We're 20. How many people on set do you think are on The Daily Show? 100? 200? We had 20 people on set making this show, getting 100 million views. I don't even like to brag about views. It's not even what it's about. But that for them to go up on stage and say, someone please watch our show, kills me inside. Look, it's a pleasure being nominated.
You lying.
I love it. It's just an honor being nominated.
You lying.
It's an honor.
You lying.
I am lying. The butthurt is strong here. And I'm willing to admit the butthurt is strong. I'm fucking butthurt. Because fuck the Daily Show. Give it to Honest Trailers, please. Please. So you go. Also, if you don't know, I sat 2 rows. This is insane, because I covered this man's show to death, and this is what I should have asked Josh Robert Thompson about. Apparently, he was on this show, Bill Nye Saves the World on Netflix. I went over like 80. I didn't go over them all. I probably went over 2 or 3 episodes, I want to say. But I watched almost every episode of that season, because I can't believe it's a real show. Bill Nye sat 2 fucking rows in front of me. 6 feet away. The back of that man's creepy alien-shaped head. He's got a weirdly shaped head. And when we broke down the show, he does this thing on Bill Nye Saves the World where he pounds it. He pounds it like he'll interview a guest, and when they're done, he'll go, here you go, pound it. And then they pound it, and he blows it up, and it's the most awkward thing I've ever seen. He did present an award, and it sucked. His announcement sucked. Anyway, so he does this thing. I could smell his smugness off of him. I could smell it. He would do this thing where he'd fist bump his guests, and they'd blow it up. And it was insanely cringe. And in my head, I go, someone went to him and said, this is what kids do. They don't really anymore. I hate blowing it up. I don't even like fist bumping anymore. Can we just shake hands like a man? Like a real man? Can we? Bro fist. So anyway, I don't even like fist bumping. So he does this, and in my head, some producers got to him and go, hey, you got to do this because this is what the kids are doing. You got to do it. And he does it every episode. So then they announce. They announce at the beginning of the Emmys, they're going, we got a lot of people here. We got some new categories, or newer. You know, we got the digital variety series, us. We got Netflix is pretty new. They're getting Emmys like crazy. New shows from Emmy award-winning Netflix. Shows like Bill Nye Saves the World. They say that over the intercom, and I see Bill Nye. Some of you won't think this is insane, but if you've been following the show, Bill Nye looks at the person next to him. Fist bumps. Blows it up 6 feet away from me. In my head, fucking exploded! I couldn't believe what I saw. He does this on his own. This isn't a producer's move. This is a real thing he does. Holy shit. So we spend all that time making fun of Bill Nye's fist bump on the Bill Nye Show. These past episodes, I spent at least an hour, 2 hours on Bill Nye. He does it 6 feet away from me. Fist bump, blow it up. He does the fist bump 6 feet away from me. So a producer isn't telling him this, which is what I thought. I thought a producer was telling him, hey, kids are fist bumping now. You should be doing it. No, he's doing it in his real life. Bill Nye fist bumped and blew it up 6 feet away from me. If that's not mind-blowing, what is? What is? That's nuts. Did I experience the aftershock from the fist bump? Blew me backwards. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was the worst fist bump I've ever seen. So yeah, that's my little Emmys story. But Bill Nye, fist bumping in front of me. Could you imagine? Can you believe it? Something crazy. All right, so I'm going to end this. We're going to start our bonus show up. We'll do another hour, hour and a half. We'll get to the Greg food review. We will, let me see what else we got. We got the straight men love being gay. I got, Chad is sending me videos at 3:30 a.m. Not videos, just things that I must listen to. You got to hear this thing. Listener Chad. This guy's lost his mind. I'm getting messages from him that don't even make sense anymore. We got the comment section, garbage fire. We got stories from liberal land that I got to tell you. I don't want to say liberal land. Liberal isn't a bad. I would say left land. Left is bad. Extremely left. Because any sane person will hear these stories. These are friends of mine, close people saying things to me that are so wildly out of touch. And I go, oh, you're in a bubble. You're in a huge bubble. There's no way a normal person says things like this or thinks this way. So we'll tell you stories about that. And we'll check out, I think we'll end the show with some deep voice guy, Charisma, whatever his name is. Maybe we'll get Greg the Virgin on the show if he's here. There he is, yeah. The way left. I don't want to bash the left or the liberal side of things. I got those in me. I got some liberal shit in me. I got some conservative shit in me. We're talking the crazy left that I deal with. If I lived in the Midwest and was dealing with crazy right, I would report that to you. Okay? This is nuts. Yeah, we got to get to... Yeah, maybe we'll talk to... Yeah, we'll talk to Greg. All right, so we're going to wrap this show up. If you like this show and you support the show, go to selfindulgentpodcast.com. The next show will be free for live viewers. You'll be able to watch live for free. Okay, but it will be a bonus show. It'll go into our bonus content section. Come on, start. Which is $6 a month. Some of you support the show. You sign up. It's $6 a month. You get your first week free. If you don't like it, after your week, you can delete it. You can stop the payment on your PayPal. You can cancel your subscription. You won't even get charged. Selfindulgentpodcast.com. You click SIP Family. I'm a radical centrist. Yeah, you're right. I'm a radical centrist. I'm someone fighting for the sane middle because nobody's doing it anymore. We need somebody fighting for that sane middle of the aisle. Somebody's got to do it. Anyway, check out that Self-Indulgent Podcast, SIP Family. You sign up at selfindulgentpodcast.com. Click sign up. Subscribe. $6 a month. That's 20 cents a day. And if you're too poor to afford 20 cents a day, I don't want to talk to you ever again. Okay? I don't need that kind of bad choo-choo in my life. I might get poor by association. Okay? Just kidding. I don't mean to make you feel bad, but you suck. I'm just kidding. Or am I? All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Selfindulgentpodcast.com. Bad choo-choo. That's what I tell. That's what I call Wander when he's acting up. We'll talk to you guys soon. For Shaun Lewin, thanks for joining us. Thanks to JRT. We'll talk to you soon. I'm going to end this broadcast. We'll be back in 5 minutes. I need a little food. Beep.